pro-law enforcement. I want a candidate who is pro-law enforcement. As Romans 13 says, whoever resists authority has opposed the ordinance of God, and they who have opposed will receive condemnation upon themselves. For rulers are not a cause of fear for good behavior, but for evil. Do you want to have no fear of authority? Do what is good, and you will have praise from the same, for it's a minister of God for your good. But if you do what is evil, be afraid, for it, government, does not bear the sword for nothing. It is a minister of God, an avenger who brings wrath on the one who practices evil. If there is a party that stands back and allows evil to go unpunished, or worse, for that candidate to fund bail for those who are burning down and destroying other people's property, instead of Vice President Biden, as the leader of the Democratic Party today, he could, with one word, he could shut down these riots and say, stop it. We won't stand for it. Get on the phone with the governors, with the mayors, Democratic mayors. Stop it. This will not stand. But he retreats to his basement. He does nothing. If the government does not act as a minister of God to punish evil, it is illegitimate. And he is an illegitimate candidate to lead a nation. If he does not bring wrath on the one who practices evil, you shouldn't vote for him. Governors are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers and the praise of those who do right. That's how it's supposed to go. Law and order. Law enforcement. But if you're going to allow this to go on, and our nation and our cities to be torn down, and our police to be undercut, well, perhaps President Biden will stand by the police and say, okay, well, sometimes excessive force, sometimes force is necessary. It's not excessive if it's necessary. It's necessary force if someone is coming at you and you've got to stop them. But let's hear what he has to say.
You have to teach people how to de-escalate circumstances. De-escalate. So instead of anybody coming at you and the first thing you do is shoot to kill, you shoot them in the leg. There's ways. Shoot him in the leg. According to President Biden, by actually saying this, so a moving target, shoot him in the leg. President Biden has, number one, demonstrated that he's probably never held a gun in his life. He's never shot anything. Certainly never shot at anything that wasn't that was moving. But he is demanding now that our police are beyond police. Every cop now needs to be a gunslinger, Wyatt Earp, okay, and be able to hit a moving target while it's coming to you. A man who says something that foolish, something that unrealistic, something so unsupportive of our men and women in blue is a man who does not deserve the privilege of being in charge of our men in blue or of our nation or the commander-in-chief of our military. If you value law and order, the Democratic Party isn't for you. Well, I've been pretty clear about where I stand, and I've tried to shine the light of the Scripture on it. It doesn't mean that everybody is going to agree with my analysis or my application. And you have every right to disagree with any one of my points that I have made. But I will insist that as a family of believers, as mishbucha, if we disagree, we will do so without being disagreeable. The world does not understand. Our nation right now is at absolute odds and is completely disunified. That's one of our national problems right now. But in this body of believers, and I'm speaking also to those of you who are going to write into me, we can disagree without being disagreeable. We are family, we are mishbucha, and we can have different opinions.